What is up, everybody? KBN Live After Hours, Episode 3. Ryan, Shane, and Jeff. Shane is back with us. Shane, glad to have you back, buddy. And as you can see down there in the bottom corner, we got Duc Tran and Dan Onstot from Texas. A little Texas flavor. What's up, fellas?
Woo!
Dan cannot speak. Is that right, dude?
He got Judy chopped.
Judy chop? No voice. Yeah.
My world.
All right. Well, hey, we got you guys here to talk about what's going on in Texas. There's a lot happening. So you guys, well, I was going to say Dan, but Dan can't talk. You jump in there and say, what do you guys have going on with the Lonestar Throwdown? I know there's been a bunch of flooding and a lot of trouble down there.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. I mean, we were originally going to host it down the Colorado River chain on Buchanan, Inks, and LBJ, and all the lakes are critical. I mean, a couple of the bridges actually washed out today. On live video feed on some of the camera stations. I mean, just completely washed right out. So it's pretty crazy down there right now. So we were lucky enough to scrambled, made a bunch of calls. Dan lost his voice over this, so made a bunch of calls. I was busy, with real work, and I was down South Texas, cruising the border. Yeah, we secured some locations on Belton, and hopefully it holds out. It's still it's gone over over full today. Hopefully it'll hold out the next couple of days and be fishable by Saturday. So we'll see. We've got some indoors facilities reserved just in case. We know something like this planned. A lot of people have their vacation planned and all that stuff, and it's kind of hard to say hey, let's just push the date. And being at the end of the year, and we have KBF Trail Championship coming up on Toledo. We have TOC in 2 weeks. It's hard to push out any further. So this is about the best you can get. So
do y'all have indoor lakes out there you're going to fish in? Maybe y'all got those in Texas.
If we do have a Bass Pro, member, and who knows? We might be able to pull some strings and fish in their little pools inside. Who knows?
I went to that one in Grapevine. It's pretty nice. It's probably catch fish.
It's nice.
There's mine. I don't know if they put fish back in it yet.
Yeah, it's nice, man. I keep on telling Matt, you gotta let me fish it one day.
Well, what does this do to the tournament, Duke? I mean, as far as in Belton, the clear water with smallmouth or something. I'm not from there, but
it is.
That changes everything.
It's got a great smallmouth population. It's deep. It's got lots of structure. Yeah, it's got a great smallmouth population. So we'll see what it does, because it's really, really full. But who knows, man? It's anybody's game at this point. It really is. And last I checked, winds are going to be crazy too. So that's going to be something else. Anglers are going to have to deal with on Saturday. And pre-fishing, I don't, if you're going out and just trying to find, get used to the area and trying to find spots. But if you're trying to fish deep or trying to figure something out, I'm pretty sure it's going to stop raining and the water's going to start slowly receding, because all the dams are open right now. It's crazy. Everything's going. All the gates are open and all the dams right now.
I've seen some pictures, and it is wild looking down there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's good. We've had a lot of support, and a lot of people reached out, and we're actually going to get some media coverage, and it's going to be interesting. So we got news. We got a news channel down there Friday. We got a couple of newspaper groups coming down there. So it's going to be interesting to see what it does.
Hey, touch on some of your sponsors. It was kind of wild seeing how many people you guys brought together. You brought shops from all over the state together. You got corporate sponsors in there. You don't see that all the time.
Yeah. This is what me and Dan's been trying to do. we try to grow it as a bonding opportunity for the state. So this year we brought in, each region had their own shop sponsors. So the top placed angler in each region gets $300 or so from each from their respected sponsor. We got North Texas has Marina Cells, East Texas has Tall Timber, West Texas has English Pro Tackle because Russ is from West Texas, that red-headed bunny. We got Central is Tight Lines, and then we got South. We has English ACK, Austin Kayak Canoe. So it's interesting. Everybody was very, very involved, and it was cool to see it get approved and things fell into place. It was really cool. We were hoping to get Chambers money to promote it, but I think this is a little bit better off because you see the community, everybody chipping in a little bit. We're not asking for a whole lot. It's a couple $100. You get to fly your banners and introduce yourselves to the people in your area. Say, hey, we're here to support you. And kayak bass fishing in Texas has grown tremendously in the last couple of years, and all the shops have seen it. So we have a bunch of sponsors. We got Colby, like from the day one, even before we announced everything. They're like, hey, whatever you guys want to do, we're behind you guys. Just accessories, stuff, whatever. They sent us a bunch of stuff. Blake from New Canoe, they're like, hey, what do you guys need? Let me know. So they Blake is going in, what is that, $250 for top five anglers of the region. Yeah, he's gonna get $50 from New Canoe. Just a little something from each area, and then we have some big sponsors. We got Lock Rack. Each top angler from each region is gonna get a lock rack for their vehicle, which is $350, and they're not cheap. But to have something like that is really, really cool. To be able to put it on your car or vehicle or whatever without straps, it's cool. I've been using it for about a month, and it's really cool. Berkeley came on big. Captain's bags for every angler or up to 150, first 150, whatever. But pure fishing. Scott Camp, he's voices. He's voiced his thoughts and said, kayak fishing is where it's at, and they want to be really involved this year, next year. They everything we've done, they've sent, rods, reels, and tons of baits. I mean, the last KBF event I did in Texoma, I literally had like a sack of like a 5-gallon sack of just hard baits. I mean, it was ridiculous. He's like, yeah, I got something for you. Come pick it up. I'm like, all right, sure. I drive up there, and I was blown out of my mind.
Well, that's great.
So man, this year he's got a bunch of stuff. So
it sounds like you're going to pull it off regardless of the weather, and that's awesome. And to lead into another Texas event, I know that you're with partner with Cody to run TOC. You got any last minute details to drop in on that?
Man, we're trying to keep it as close to last year as possible. Last year went well. Everybody enjoyed it. So there's some minor rule changes where we're allowing more fishing styles. But Cody will release all that information here pretty soon. At the end of the day, we want, for the TOC, it's literally, you want the best anglers fishing to the top of their abilities. On Lake Fork, which is, it's feast or famine on Fork. You really got to be, on point on Lake Fork. And free fishing or not, we have, like this weekend alone, Berkeley's got their big bass splash or on Fork, and that's usually like 1,000 boats. So it gets hammered.
How many you expect for TOC this time?
Man, if we don't see 150, I'll be pretty disappointed.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people make preparations and talk and group gatherings and stuff like that, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. All I know is Lake Fork Marina is sold out of a lot of places. They have a few campsites left. I think 512 is pretty much full too. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of people it's showing how many people are playing, because a lot of things are sold out. So
I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun tournament. Well, Duke and Dan, stick around here. We're going to do some other stuff, and right off the bat, we're going to let Shane and Ryan jump in on this. Well, it kind of went down yesterday. You see it behind Ryan's head there. I'm going to throw the shot up, but for whoever doesn't know, Shane and Ryan are relaunching the Yak Addicts brand, and they've come out with some cool ideas there. And you guys can touch on what happened here. I'll throw the shot up.
Man, I don't really know what happened here. I went down to the little gym in the hotel room, and I was looking at my phone, and I just see some savagery getting posted, blasting me and Shane, and it was all a big misunderstanding. Apparently the guy he designed this shirt and worked for a company, Tackle Freaks, and I was under the impression that Tackle Freaks released the shirt because that's the only way I'd ever seen it being pushed on social media. So I reached out to them to make sure there wasn't a trademark, and they said, no, it's fine, go ahead. Well, he had left that company apparently 3 months ago, but I didn't know that, and I had no idea that he was the one that worked there that designed it. So I had checked the trademark. There wasn't a trademark on it. It was clear, but I mean, it was just it fired off pretty quick there. After about an hour of whatever happened online, I finally talked to him live, and everything got straightened out. It was pretty hot there for a second. Pretty good marketing.
I didn't get into any of the really fun stuff, but I got to catch up later on after it was already mostly resolved.
What's happening?
Can't hear all that. Shane, you all right over there?
Hashtag not my trademark.
Next from the Facebook page this week, we'll just touch on this real quick. But Brad Case made a post regarding, he counted up some finishes compared to people that had motors and people that didn't. Got a pretty good amount of responses. I mean, what do you guys think about that? I don't think he was arguing the motor versus pedal again. He was just saying, because so few people have finished high with motors, we should just allow them everywhere. And I don't know if that math adds up.
Nah, I'm not a fan of it myself. I know locally that won't happen. I mean, if you have a disability or something, we allow it, but as far as the state goes, we won't allow motors.
So what that information is missing is the percentages of how many paddle kayaks and pedals and motors were in each of those events. I'm not sure what we're doing with those statistics. But.
Now, how do you feel about that in Texas, Duke? What do the other local trails do?
If you're like, I'm with I'm with you guys on that. Because if you're handicapped, that's great. We'll approve it, and we'll get you going and fishing with everybody. But if not, man, it's a physical sport. You have to get out there and grind just like everybody else. Yeah, it is what it is. I prefer it not to be approved, but we'll see where it goes in the next few years.
Yeah. And like we said, I don't think it was a matter of motors being fair. It was a matter of, I don't think very many people use them, so they're not showing up in the statistics correct. I think Shane said that. So
yeah, exactly. If there's 90% of guys are either paddling or pedaling, then you're gonna see results that reflect that as well.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna see guys rigging it. Nonetheless, if it's allowed, they're going to do it just because they feel they can get a slight advantage, or at least cruising wise or whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's a physical sport. In my mind, it really is. You gotta get out there and grind just like everybody else.
So are we opposed to motors because of the advantage, or because, like you said, because it takes the physical aspect out of
Yeah,
100%.
that's
The
exactly
physical
it.
aspect, yeah.
You still gotta catch the fish.
Yep.
It's got to grind.
Yeah. Dan says you still have to catch the fish.
That's true.
What did he say?
Talk to the outside voice. Come on now.
It's like whispering in my ears.
You Texas boys are wild, I tell you.
I feel like Dan needs medical attention or something.
Oh man.
So this next one's pretty fun, or it can be fun. I thought it was funny, kind of ironic that it came up. But Farron Davidson shared a link about Yak Angler, the awards that are coming up.
Yeah.
Shane made a nice post about that today. What do you think about all that, Shane? I know we don't really like the forum, but it is what it is. So,
I mean, the form itself, knowing they're just not, they don't do anything else. I don't know how they keep the website going, and all they have is the Angler Choice Awards. I wish they'd do a little bit more with it and be more involved. But like I said today, it's still based on votes. So regardless what the actual source is, the format, it's still all of us voting on whatever. But I just wanted to voice kind of what I felt like a good example of someone that could be considered an angler of the year, what their resume would look like. And,
Yeah.
Like actually angling.
Yeah, you gotta angle. You have to angle.
Upside down angling, but actually angling.
Yeah.
My only complaint is I wish that site was ran, or that survey was ran by somebody that actually kayak fishes.
Yeah, why not?
Nah, man. Ain't about that life.
Wow.
Do some KBN nominations, Jeff. We need to get some categories built up.
like
Yeah, guys,
our
y'all put in the
KBN
comments.
awards.
Let's get
Is that what you're saying,
Yeah.
Shane?
Yeah. Everybody comment. See if I can keep track of them. Get some categories, nominations. There's no way I'll keep up with it though. But
Well, we'll go back and look. I like that. The KBN awards show coming up here in a month or so, right?
yeah, I'll do follow up.
Sweet.
Can we dress up for it?
Yes, tuxedo T-shirts for everyone.
Wife beaters and overalls.
Yeah, that'd fit better. I'd like to see some of these categories. That could be pretty fun. David Cruz,
Yeah.
he just said, "Why don't we run a KBN Angler Awards?" We're doing it.
We're doing it. It's
Yeah.
happening.
We're
Ron
doing it.
Champion says biggest jackass in kayak fishing. Do we have any nominations?
Hey, we're all right here, buddy.
I thought that was Yak Angler of the Year.
I hope
My
I'm
bad.
at least runner up on that.
Best meme subject. I like that one.
Yeah.
This could be good. We'll go back and review all those. That'll be hilarious to see what comes through.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put a poll up or something after the live stream.
Yeah, let's do that. You can vote on which categories you like, or add your own. Everybody can vote them up.
Brent Duncan already threw out Jim Clark.
Getting a ton of nominations already. All sorts.
Like he's his own category, or that's an award like named after him.
Everybody's just running with that one.
Jim better wear a tuxedo.
The single fish was
Might be biggest catfish award.
Ooh,
Well,
define biggest catfish. That could get a little tough there.
now we don't need to define how we're measuring.
All right, we're going to go over what tournaments have happened in your regions. I only know of one that was any significance that went down. and it was the Georgia State Championship. Jordan Marshall won. I'll throw his picture up on there.
Yeah,
Yep.
somehow some dude from Tennessee came down and whooped all the boys.
Yep, he did it for him.
Anything else out there that happened this weekend? I wasn't aware of any. Nothing in Texas, Duke.
Somebody take Ron's keyboard away.
Most influ. Oh Lord, here we go.
Well,
Get some,
Hey, I want to hear you guys talk about the next thing on the list there. It says, I just put the word drama. You hear that thrown around a lot on here? Drama.
never heard of it.
Yeah. But when is it drama? When is it actually a good discussion where you're trying to get something accomplished? You know what I mean? You point out something that's wrong and they say you're starting drama, but where's the line there?
Yeah, a lot of times we're bringing things up for a very specific reason, whether everyone's aware of it or not. And it's a good discussion. It's not just to bring it up just to complain, but there's things in motion that maybe we can't always bring forth. But it's usually a positive reason and almost always a positive outcome. We don't get too silly.
yeah, like Chase said, if you get results, it's not drama. So I think the outcome of whatever it is, that really kind of reflects on if it was just some pot stirring or if there was some actual substance.
Dan, you got anything to say on that?
Honestly, I really do enjoy the KBN courthouse deal. It's, we get results, or you guys get results. It's cool. So
It's we, dude. It's we. We're all in this together.
There's some very real positive results, and they come usually very swiftly once that.
yeah.
You call someone a cheat.
What?
Yeah. He says you call someone a cheat, you better be right.
True.
Other than that, it's not drama.
Y'all are sitting over there with a pocket full of tails right now anyway, don't
That's how them Texas boys.
you?
Keep it very, very quiet.
You know, it's funny. Last night that could have turned into some and it sort of did for a minute with the Giants brand or Jaints, however the heck you say that.
Yeah.
But y'all actually handled that
Jaints.
from that post.
That's usually what happens. It gets a little wild and crazy. Everybody kind of feels themselves, and then we can start figuring out a way to resolve it.
Yeah, employing logic and big words, and then it calms down.
And one good thing that you mentioned, Jeff, about KBN is that not one person was blocked or removed from the page. We were all able to still hang in there, say what we had to say, figure it out, and move on.
Yeah, I think everyone that's left is left of their own volition, huh?
Left and came back, and left and came back.
Left came back. Yeah.
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 Chase,
It's
put
funny.
the pitchforks away.
Honestly, everybody.
What do you all got out there in the comment section that you've seen, or any questions, comments from the folks watching? Let's try to answer them.
So Eric Porter's saying Central's gonna win.
Central.
Who knows?
Who won last year, Duke?
Central.
Well,
By slim win.
Who are some of the sticks from Central? I don't know all the regions.
Derek Taylor. He's a really good stick. Steve Garcia. He's a
Steve, yeah.
they're down there usually. Their small fish are about 6 pounds. So
They bring their own fish.
huh?
Are they bringing their own fish?
Who knows, man? Not in my tournament. But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. Mike Mash, he's a good stick. I mean, it's gonna be fun, man. We got a lot of great sticks around the state to come and shake hands with everybody and share a beer.
Dwayne Taft says the East Side's going to win.
amen.
No.
That was as loud as you can get them.
Ain't gonna happen.
So
It ain't gonna happen.
that coming back sound like Batman and it.
Lego Batman.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring Dan back on in about a month so he can actually tell us what he thinks.
David Cruz says, "What's up with the KBN Top 25 AOI?" For those that were around last year, around this time, KBN took kind of what we consider the bigger national events based on certain criteria and put together an actual AOI. Jeff, thoughts on that?
That did, I didn't call it an AOI, but it was definitely a ranking based on all those big tournaments around the country. This year, I'm trying to throw some more tournaments in there to spread the collection of data out a little bit, so it's not just. I think I chose 7 last year. Try to get it out to 15 or 16 this year. I wanted to roll it all year, except attendance is so up and down. I couldn't really count on using an event with 35 people. I like to have a good turnout, a regional turnout before I put them in there. But it's just for fun. I don't want people getting all up in an uproar saying, why is this guy 18th and I'm 42nd? It's just for fun, something else to do. I do think it's a little more accurate than voting. I mean, it's just based on result. Now, there's some guys up in the Northeast and out in California that don't fish all over the country, but maybe once or twice a year, and they're legit, and they could easily be in the top 5. This is just based on, what you can collect from people that have traveled around and fished the large tournaments.
But then you've got people like Abel that stay out in California and kicks the shit out of people.
Right.
And then once he does travel, he can't fish, actually. So.
Well, true.
Only proven once.
You got like Jed Plunkert up in the Northeast. I don't know how much he gets out, but when he shows up, he's cashing checks every time.
We're fine with him staying up there. That's cool.
He pulled it out on the Susky that tournament, man. At the last second, he upgraded big time to jump out ahead.
Hey, somebody asked, is that a pink whale behind you, Shane?
Listen. I don't know why somebody's letter or something. No whales here. Kayak Fishing Idaho has their end of season invitational this weekend. So if you're not Brad Andrews and you're in Idaho, then jump on it.
Hey, Duke, Eric Porter just went third person and said, I can't believe Porter don't get no big stick love on the comment here.
He also catches big fish.
John Allen said Bo Reed is the best stick in Texas.
Honestly, Bo Reed's a really good stick. He shows up and he does catch big fish. He did catch, 26 2 years ago at TOC?
Yeah.
Last minute. It was impressive. So
That's
You hear that, John Allen?
get him.
Hey, Dan.
You ain't about that life.
Dan, can you do our voiceover intro from here on out? That'd be fantastic.
Got it.
You guys just lucked out one day.
Wait till the award ceremonies this weekend.
What else we got on here?
We had a few guys still wanting to make sure that we're going to all get together and tear a bar down at the national championship.
What was that?
Oh, my boy's in the kitchen.
Oh.
we're at his restaurant, so.
Okay. Well, to answer Shane's question, yes. Whoever can get down there, I'm sure it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. And we'll keep everybody updated as soon as we find a
place to let us in.
The place we used in Kentucky ended up closing down after we left, so we're going to have to make sure they can withstand
When
it.
we say close a bar down, we literally mean they will cease to exist after we leave.
Oh, slide and ride style.
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Well, hey, tagging onto that KBF, Texas is going to be its own region, right? Next year, Duke?
Yes.
Is it you running
Yes.
that?
Yes. I'll be the regional director for KBF.
How many events?
Texas.
Are you getting a tattoo?
No, I'm not getting a tattoo. If I ever get a tattoo, it won't be of KBF fish. But yeah, no, we're gonna have 5 events and a regional trail trail championship. We have the dates and lakes selected. Richard should be releasing it. He started to release it already. We're just holding off on the regional championship because it's going to be on Fork, and we're still waiting on. We'll get more date information from Pure Fishing with the Berkeley event this weekend.
All right.
Do you guys have your 6 locations already nailed down? Or are you still
Yes. Yeah. We have it nailed down. March 9th, which Ivy, April 27th, Ray Roberts, May 11th, Sam Rayburn. August 10th is Whitney. August 31st is Toledo Bend. And then we'll have our regional championship on Fort.
Oh, cool.
Solid.
Yeah. All Monster Lakes, man. So it's going to be fun.
And how many you got to fish? 3? 2?
You got to fish 3. Yep.
I may have to road trip to Texas. I don't know. That sounds all right.
More than welcome.
Ray Bob.
Sorry.
So, Andy Middleton said 509 people were already qualified for the national championship before partner club rosters were turned in. So how many of you guys think will end up on the final national championship roster this year?
And I was hoping it was going to be less, with everybody not being able to roll down spots, but that surprised me when we released the 500 and something number. I was like, man, that's a lot. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, but a lot of them won't make that trip. I think it'll still probably end up being around 500 since there's not that many roll downs.
Yeah. Richard said last week this is a spectacle as much as it is a tournament,
Yeah,
partner clubs had
892.
I mean, it's good for your sponsors. It really is to show face and show up. It really is. So
yeah,
who knows?
It's good for the sponsors, but how much of a national championship, with that many people, like if you think national championship, what are we doing to qualify?
Well, let me jump in there.
I totally agree. And I was hoping to see lesser numbers than that. I was hoping to see around 350 and just go at it, but who knows? I don't know what they have up their sleeves. Me and Richard and the group that we talk every once in a while, but
Duke, that's why a lot of people consider TOC a national championship. They like that smaller number and less people from each club. I know Tyler Cole literally fished that instead of Kentucky Lake last year, considered that his. Some people don't think about it. It's in the fall, but there are less people able to qualify for this one than the KBF National Championship.
I know.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree.
That's kind of, I think, what KBF is trying to do with this trail championship is making that a little bit more exclusive. I don't know the numbers on that one. It seems like they did a good bit of roll downs there trying to fill the roster, but the concept is a little bit more limited than the national championship. So
right.
See how that plays out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day, they've realized that, not everybody has the luxury of being able to travel and fish, lakes across the country every other week or wherever and be really competitive. You'd either have to be, retired or just financially wealthy and just do it for fun. There's no possible way to actually travel the country. Nobody has that much vacation. Me and Dan Dan, a couple of guys talking about, we've burned our vacation. I'm just the little that we've done. So, and Richard said, he said that he wants it to be an exclusive trail, top anglers. So we'll see.
That'll drive attendance, having a few big events too, instead of a million, just watering it down.
Yeah.
I think that'll help a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to get back in. I'm sorry. We're trying to get back in and follow up on some of the comments, but we're about to wrap this thing up. I think next week we're having Christine Fisher's fiance on here. Is that right?
Woo!
No.
No name, just Christine's fiance.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we're gonna have AJ on. It'd be a good time.
Get
Yeah.
Mr. Fisher on here if he can. We'll see what a schedule looks like.
Duke, Dan, thanks for getting on here with us. I'd like to have you come back on again. Let us know how the Lone Star goes next week.
Oh yeah. Real quick, a special thing we're doing for the Lonestar Throwdown. Last year we donated to hurricane relief. This year we're donating all our funds to, or not all our funds, but all the angler fees to the Kingsland Tow area for the flooding relief. So
That's where we were going to have our tournament.
yeah, that's where we're going to have our tournament, and they are really, really underwater right now. And there is a button on iAngler. You can go in there and just donate. So anybody who's willing and able, every
Good
little
stuff.
buck helps. So
Good stuff, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you everybody for watching, and we'll try to be back on here next week.